Hi there, Jacob Roebuck here for the final vlog of Dreamland. For this part, I'll be telling you what went wrong behind the scenes and what eventually led to Dreamland's downfall. I decided I was going to do this video in certain parts, so it'd be cut into certain segments so I can go into more specifics about things. So, for the next few minutes, you're going to just basically hear me talk about what went wrong. Now, before I start, I need to make sure that you all know that this is nobody's fault. Dreamland's failure was absolutely nobody's fault. It's just circumstances caused it to fail. So when I talk about certain people, just keep in mind I'm not placing blame on them. I'm just basically telling you what happened behind the scenes. With that, let's start. Now, the first problem with this movie was casting. Back in high school, I wasn't really much of a chatty person. I didn't talk to many people. I wasn't really socially out there. So finding people to do stuff was really hard. Luckily, however, I ran into Kayla and Ethan and all those people who were loved being in the movie. So I brought them in and we had a perfect cast going. Then people started quitting because of school and other problems. Julia, the person who was playing the Queen, had sports and school in the way, so she had to quit. Maddie, the person who played Dom, had to quit because of scheduling problems. So mid-production, I had to constantly change people out and then reshoot everything. We actually had a lot of Dom scenes done with the original Dom, Christina. But then we lost the building we were filming at, and then Christina went off to college, so we had to reshoot all that. So really, as you can see, casting was a huge issue. I mean, even on the first day, we lost an actor and had to replace him then. Scheduling was incredibly hard to do, seeing how I'm not paying these people. These are all volunteers, and Dreamland wasn't a #1 priority, because I make sure it isn't to them. They have other important things to do, like school and everything. And now on to the production of the movie, which also was kind of a nightmare. You see, by having a cast of 10 to 12 high schoolers, things get really hectic. People aren't free whenever others are free, and I've learned this through the Creepypasta episodes. And it was at this time I was juggling both those series and then bringing sarcasm into the mix that filming with everybody just became hectic. I put too many people on certain projects, so other people quit. So then I adopted a strategy that I've been using since then, where I film a certain person's lines and then make it seem like they're in the room. I've been doing that with Social Experiment and all my other movies. And then Dreamland started taking that motive. But the thing is, filming with 30 plus scenes, you start losing track of what you have and what you don't. I have numerous scenes of Andy doing the same line over and over again. I have numerous scenes of Jared doing the same thing, and me and everybody else, because I keep forgetting. And as you saw in the last video, I was doing that exact same thing with the hideout scene, and then I just completely forgot to film the second half of the scene. Like, I have all of Kayla's lines down, but I don't have Shay, Queen, or Dee's lines. Everything else, though, was done. I just forgot to shoot the rest because we had so much on my mind. And then there's the whole Ace's lair scenes. We actually got all that done quite early in production. We were filming in this place called the Bowers Building, which is a place on Commerce that my friend Zachary had the keys to and access to. So we used those blank offices to film all of Ace's scenes. We got most of that done, just a few scenes we had to do left. And then the owner said we had to stop. We had to get out. So we had to cancel production on that and reshoot everything. But I have 3 folders worth of footage at the Bowers Building that we couldn't use. You see, the problem with filming over 2 years is that people change, physically. Hairstyles change, their faces become different. And you see, that makes it difficult for filming, because there'd be times where someone would have a different haircut. They'd have their hair dyed or something. And it would just make things harder because we'd have to reshoot everything. Now, the final part shouldn't be too much of a surprise to you, seeing how I've been saying this over and over again in this one video. Reshoots. We constantly had to reshoot everything. It's just a fact. We never got any further. I'd go on the page and say, hey, we're 60% done. Then I'd have to reshoot something, sending us 10% back or even further. So really, we were just reshooting everything over and over again. For a matter of fact, we had to reshoot all the Ace scenes because I lost weight. As you can see from here and last, Ace does not look like this. And we had one scene left to do with Ace, was the fight scene, and that was just not worth it, actually. The Hatter and Hair scene had to be reshot 3 times. The intro scene shot as well 3 times. Every Andy scene was done at least twice, and I think the only scene we never really reshot was the first hideout scene, seeing how we never did the second half, we never really reshot anything. Just things kept getting reshot and reshot that we were making no more progress. And that our heart in it just kind of faded away. We just didn't want to do this anymore. It was a chore to work on Dreamland. So eventually, 2 months ago I think it was, I just went on the Dreamland group and asked them if it's okay if we cancel, and they were all fine with it. And that's really what led to the downfall of Dreamland. Now, before I end this video, I kind of want to end this on a high note. I want to thank everybody who's helped with Dreamland. The entire cast: Kayler, Andy, Jared, Sadie, Emily, Rachel, Zach, Ethan, Cece, Ash. I just want to thank all of you for helping. Like, this has been a fantastic project to do. And as you see in the creepypasta episodes, their talent's not wasted. Almost all of them have appeared in an episode some way or another. And those who haven't been in an episode that are still in town, I plan to use in future stuff. So their talent hasn't gone to waste. They've actually improved since Dreamland, and it just makes me happy that I got to watch them and work with them. And I want to thank everyone who was a part of Dreamland at one point. Bree, Caitlin, Maddie, Julia, Christina, just everybody who's been a part of Dreamland has helped evolve it somehow. I also want to thank Bobby for letting us use his house. Bobby's such a cool guy. When we'd call him up and we'd say, hey, can we use your place to film something? And he'd be so up for it. He'd help us film it. He'd be such a great help. And that's really all I have to say about Dreamland. This is going to be the last video where I appear on camera. So next week I'll be releasing another video. It won't be a vlog, but it'll be just some clips from behind the scenes and stuff, showing you how much fun we actually had making this project. And with that, I'll see you next week.